job here today. Now, a football match about to happen. Jimmy and Bob, what's your reading of it? What do you think is going to happen today, Jim?
Very close. Teams know each other very well. I wouldn't be surprised to see it go to extra time. In predicting, I'm worried about Everton's luck so far, which may even last today. But at the end of the day, I have to say that Liverpool have a touch more class and something extra, and I can't really decide against them.
Well, they had a touch more class last year. Got beaten. Bob?
I think I'm just going to go for that funny feeling that I have about Everton today, Des. I really do feel that, as Jim said, they've had a tremendous amount of luck, but it's not just luck that wins cup finals. There is a luck element within it. There's a lot of skill involved in it, and like Wimbledon showed last year, if you pose a little bit of a problem there, whoever poses the biggest problem, I'm just going to have that sneaky feeling about Everton.
Looking forward to it as much as you've ever done, both of you?
Yes. I loved walking here today, and I loved the fact that all the fans were intermingling, and I'm really looking forward to the game. I think everybody is.
Let's hope the game lives up to all the rest of the emotion of today, Des, and I'd love just your prediction as the casting vote.
Casting vote, I'll give you the score, 2-0 Liverpool.
Easy, isn't it?
That'll be the kiss of death for them, I suspect, but there we are. We're all looking forward to it. I'm sure you are at home as well. It's proving so far to be a magnificent day here at Wembley. Indeed, let's hope the match does live up to that. And now, your match commentators, Trevor Brooking and John Motson.
Thank you very much, Desmond, and the warmth of the occasion reflected, I think, in two ways. Of lesser importance, perhaps, the temperature, which is something like 85 degrees down on the pitch, but the warmth and sincerity in the crowd has already come across. I suppose it would be fair to say that over the last 5 weeks we've all examined our own consciences as to whether we should really be here today, and there was no easy answer, but neither should any of us attempt to speak for those bereaved by the Hillsborough disaster. And I do know that among those who see returning to football as part of their painful rehabilitation are some of the parents of those who were lost in the tragedy. I know of one family personally. Mother and father are here today with 2 boys who went with their son and actually survived the tragedy in which he suffered. That's how one family have tried to come to terms with their devastating loss. There are, of course, 90 other stories, some along similar lines, some are different. I appreciate that, and we respect their views equally. What is apparent is that there weren't enough tickets to go round on Merseyside, even though they got some 75,000 between them. The standing tickets were snapped up most readily because Wembley now is well on the way to becoming an all-seater stadium. Today, the capacity is around 85,000, 64,000 seated, 21,000 standing. The seats including the new prestigious Olympic Gallery, which you caught sight of a few moments ago. There they are, 4,000 seats all around the top tier, priced today at £75 each. And by this time next year, by next cup final in fact, Brian Wolfson, the chairman and chief man here at Wembley, expects to see an 80,000 capacity all-seater stadium, and maybe there's a lesson in that, although I have to say that Wembley was well on the way towards that before what happened at Hillsborough. Now let me cheer you up with a little story from the road to Wembley. We've talked about disaster and about suffering. Well, Sutton United figured in that story of Jerry Sinstadt, and I got a telephone call last night from Mickey Stevens, their outside right, whose wife was badly hurt in a car crash on the way back from their match at Norwich in the 4th round. And I'm delighted to say she's regained consciousness this week after some 2.5 months. She's regained most of her faculties and is once again well on the way to recovery. And we rejoice in that story, as well as remembering those who are still getting over injuries received at Hillsborough. The Duchess is, I'm told, reliably a Liverpool supporter and has been for some time. And she's there now with Bert Millerchip, the chairman of the Football Association, and of course the Duke is the president, and he and the Duchess were at the memorial service in Liverpool's Anglican Cathedral, which was compared by Desmond Lynam. And waiting in the tunnel, the officials, and here you'll see a change from previous years, because the FA have decided that Joe Worrell, the referee, and